As the row between the centre and Twitter heats up, Delhi High Court has now wrapped the social media giant in court today, pulling up Twitter for non-compliance to the new IT rules in the country. High Court made some very stinging observations. The court stated that Twitter is in clear defiance of what the laws are at this point in time. It also asked Twitter how long does it take to, in fact, appoint a grievance officer. The High Court also added that Twitter cannot be allowed to take such as much time as it wants. Twitter has also sought a day's time to respond on this issue. Neelashish joins us for more details here. Neelashish, obviously this issue between Twitter and the government has been going on for a long time now, but now even the High Court stepping in saying that Twitter is in clear defiance of the law.
Well, yes, this is not something new in terms of the Delhi High Court. It has stated before as well that given the law of the land and IT rules being part of the law of the land, Twitter must comply with these rules, and there's no two ways about it. There's no question about it. Very interestingly, during the last hearing on May 31st, Twitter's counsel had informed the court that they had appointed a grievance officer. Now, what Twitter, in its affidavit a few days ago, has stated was that on the 21st of June, the candidate who was an interim grievance officer withdrew his candidature, and now Twitter is in the process of appointing a final permanent grievance officer. There are two aspects to this now. One, that the court wasn't aware that the grievance officer who was appointed as per Twitter during the last hearing was an interim one. So Twitter's counsel got pulled up for misinforming court in a way. And secondly, the point that there has been no grievance officer since the 21st of June. It's been 2 weeks now. It's been more than 2 weeks. So the court very, very clearly asked how long this will take, because Twitter has stated that it is in the process of appointing a grievance officer. So Justice Rekha Palli of the High Court said that this is a very vague to say. What does in the process of appointment mean? How long does it take to appoint an officer? There should have been some sort of appointment, and therefore it is something that if Twitter believes that in our country you will continue to take as much time as you want to comply with our laws, that is something the court will not allow. Now, basically what is happening is that Twitter, the counsel for Twitter will take instructions from the company and apprise the court day after tomorrow as to what the specific timeline for complying with these requirements would be, how long would it take. Today, time was given, in fact, for consultation, but given the fact that the time difference between India and San Francisco is such that he could not get in touch with the officials in San Francisco, the Delhi High Court did allow 2 days' time. But the point being that High Court has stated that there needs to be a fixed timeline and Twitter needs to act fast.
All right, Neelashish, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. So now it's obviously going to be important to see what Twitter responds to all of this. On that note,